Hello, welcome to the SPAG Hands-on Training Module 1. Looking at the agenda of Module 1, you'll see there are 4 labs. The first one deals with creation of point-to-point EPL service between two customer sites, CE1 and CE3. The second lab is running service activation on the EPL service that's been created. This is to verify the forwarding of the EPL services. The third one is Ethernet OEM. This is to monitor the EPL service that's been created. And the fourth lab is two-way delay and loss measurement. So by configuring Y1731 two-way delay and loss measurement, we'll get an idea about delay and loss on the EPL service that's been created. Quickly moving to the topology, looking at the topology. In the topology, there are two access nodes, R1 and R3, which connect to the remote customer sites, CE1 and CE3. An EPL service has to be established between CE1 and CE3, and ASR 9031 and ASR 9001 are the two service provider core edge routers. Looking at the configurations, on R1 and R3, you will be configuring EVC along with a bridge domain to switch the traffic from the customer network to the service provider edge nodes 903 and 9000, and vice versa. Between ASR 903 and ASR 9000, you will be configuring a point-to-point pseudo wire. So the layer 2 configurations along with the point-to-point pseudo wire configurations between 903 and 9000 form the complete end-to-end service or a EPL service between CE1 and CE3. For CE1 and CE3, the whole EPL service looks like a layer 2 wire, and they will see each other as directly connected. So once the EPL service is created, usually in a customer network, a series of forwarding tests are done just to make sure that the service is ready for real-time traffic. That's where the service activation will come into picture. Scrolling to the service activation. So here is the service activation lab. This is the lab 2. In the service activation lab, you will be generating real-time traffic from R1, and you will be looping the traffic back on R3 to R1. R3 has a special feature called the Ethernet service activation. The Ethernet service activation is configured on a specific service that you're targeting to. Once the real-time traffic is tested on the EPL service before you hand off to the customer, what you would do is you would configure Ethernet OEM. The Ethernet OEM helps you to monitor the EPL service that has been created. Moving over to the Ethernet OEM lab. This is the Ethernet OEM lab. You will be configuring CFM session between R1 and R3 on the EPL session to monitor the EPL service that's been created. Most of the customers want to have an idea about the delay on the network. So in order to find out the delay of the end-to-end service, we configure Y1731. Y1731 also helps us in measuring loss. Jumping over to the lab of Y1731. This is the Y1731 lab. So you'll be configuring Y1731 between R1 and R3, again on the same EPL service. And the statistics of the Y1731 configuration will give you both delay and loss measurement. Thank you for viewing this video. I hope you have fun configuring EPL services on the lab topology. Thank you.